Live. What's up? All right, guys. So I have like 15 minutes before my next call. So we're going to go ahead and check this out. I'm going to pull up Facebook so I can see the comments. So again, guys, I'm hopping on a shit ton of sales calls, and I'm also critiquing my team's calls every morning. So we're pulling a bunch of data and what we're noticing, and this is only going to make what I'm doing with you guys and training with you guys even more effective. I'm in the trenches, and we're seeing and fixing every single little thing that we're finding in the process. And it's just so sexy, guys. So this is a line that we actually heard a prospect say on a call. It frustrates me because I know I can deliver a lot of value, but they just don't seem to fucking get it. Okay. How many of you have actually heard this before? By the way, like the video, drop a comment, let me know where you're listening from. Love to see where everyone's at around the world. But let's dive into this really quick before my next call. So a lot of the time, guys, if you're feeling this way and your customer, prospect, whatever, they just don't want to buy, it's primarily because you haven't been able to get them to understand what you're doing, right? It is not their fault if they can't understand. As an expert communicator, it is our job to be able to bring that out of somebody the same way a therapist does with somebody that goes into their office, okay? We go in to their office with the idea that we know we need something to work on, AKA have a problem, right? Now, a lot of people jump on a sales call with you because they know that they're interested to fix something that they know is wrong, but they don't even normally know what's really wrong. They have an idea of what they think is wrong, and they know that something could be done better. That's why they're on the call with you, okay? Even if you could freaking move mountains, right? Or generate a phone call for less than $20, right? Something on their calendar. It doesn't matter how good you are, because if you cannot get them to believe in you, and even more importantly, believe in themselves, right? Because they have to believe in the service, they have to believe in you, and they have to believe in themselves in order to make this work, okay? In order for them to see the value. So this way they want to ask you to buy. And the only way you can make that happen is by phrasing the sales call or framing the sales call in a way that gets them to feel comfortable with you, okay? You can't feature drop. And if you are going to feature drop, you need to make sure you follow it up with a benefit and then perceived value, okay? So I'll give you an example of that, actually. Like I wrote an example down here for you. So for an example, if it was us talking to you, so we're going to help you do 4 things here. Number 1, remember how this goes, guys. You're going benefit or feature, benefit, perceived value. So we're going to help you do 4 things here. Number 1, we're going to help you set up your agency identity so that way people immediately hopping on a call with you know who you are, what you do, and success you've had. Number 2, benefit. Number 3, benefit. Number 4, then benefit. Does any part of that feel like, or does any part of that feel like it would be an immediate impact for you right now? So it's not enough to be able to say you can do something. It's not enough to be able to drop the benefit on how it's going to work. You need to know if they feel like it's right for them. So many people overlook that. Just because you're crushing it and you're the bomb, you're like the best in the business, it doesn't matter unless they feel like it's right for them. And the only way that you can make a pivot in the conversation to appeal to that is if you know exactly what they're thinking. And the only way you know what they're thinking is by asking these types of questions in order to pull that out. If you're talking to a prospect, they're going to say, well, how are you going to make this? I mean, they should be saying, how are you going to make this work for me? Because they should have already seen a VSL coming onto the call. But if they say anything in relation to that, anything like that, you're going to respond with great question and acknowledge that they asked something intelligent. And then you're going to respond with the first step that we're going to do, not to get fancy, we're going to use Facebook ads. Okay. The reason why this is great for you is because of this. Your buyer's here. We know your buyer's here because we've been doing this for a long time. We're able to find the right type of buyer for you. Okay. And we're going to make sure that it's not like it was before with that last experience. Does that feel like do you feel like that would be an immediate impact for you? Or what part of that do you feel like would be an immediate impact for you? And it doesn't matter what their answer is, because you just need an answer. The only way you can derail a current thought pattern, a current thought process, is by getting people to have a reaction that you can respond to. Okay, that's the only way you can pivot from somebody that is going down a road of negative thought process. So this way you can bring it back, take control of the conversation again. Okay. So if you feel like you can deliver a lot of value, and honestly, there's a lot of people in the world, guys, that are amazing what they do and they stay broke. That's just the truth, right? There's a lot of people amazing what they do and they end up working for somebody else forever, but it's not because they're not good enough. Okay. It's because they're only focused on delivering the value, not focusing on the person and what they need and knowing how to talk to them. There's a strategy in sales, right? And in marketing, that you sell them what they want and give them what they need. Okay. So listen to what they want, accommodate that, acknowledge it, right? Let them know that that's great. It's intelligent to have that. We're going to help you attain that. And then raise their level of thinking with something they need by just adding on one more thing. Oh, okay. That's really great. You're looking to do this and that. I think that's brilliant. And I applaud you for knowing you need to. Have you also considered X? Or you'd be like, oh, you know what? I haven't considered that. Interesting. So, I mean, you've been doing in this game for a long time. Is there a reason why you haven't? And now you're going to start raising their level of thinking. So instead of feature dropping and constantly trying to prove that you've got it all, because nobody cares, right? You're primarily focused on what they want and raising their level of thinking to deliver them what they need. And by the end of the call, they're asking you to buy for more than you intended on pitching them. That's why if you watch any of my live closes, you'll notice I offer a 3-month contract it's like $3,000 to $5,000 per month. And they ask me for a 12-month contract at $3,000 to $3,500 per month, equaling out to being a $36,000 to $42,500 contract. They ask me for that. Okay. It's an entirely different level, guys. This is a entirely different ball game. So whenever you can position it this way, it doesn't matter the amount of value you can deliver. What matters is that the client knows you can accommodate what they want and give them what they need. Okay. I have to get ready for next call, but I'll do some Q&A. If you guys have any questions, we've had like a dozen people on here the whole time. And we got like 3 likes. Go ahead and show some love, guys, and like the video if you're getting some value out of this. This is some higher level detailed stuff that when you're in a conversation, you want to be an expert communicator. If you can learn to apply these things, it works with anything in life. Okay. It works with anything, whether you're doing an interview, whether like you're interviewing somewhere else, or whether whether you do anything. All right. Stop feature dropping and spilling your candy in the lobby, for all my old school sales fan that knows what that saying is. Anyway, guys, hope this is helpful. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these in here, and I'll also make some regular posts to be able to put some context so you guys can read those. But guys, listen to your prospect, know them better than they know them, and then it'll completely change the game. Listen to calls in the morning that you do the day before, or you can just join my Art of Sales program. There's a link below. We'll see where your agency's at. We'll audit it. And then if you're the right point of your agency, you can be in that program. But at the end of the day, you need to be listening to these and really deep diving the small things. Okay. There's trigger words that make people react in a certain way. There's buying signs that's where you know that somebody wants to get started. Okay. And then I've heard a lot of calls where people just literally will go down the rabbit hole with their prospect, and their prospect ends up running the call. Nightmare. Okay. Because then nothing gets done. There's no direction whatsoever, and there's no clear future at the end of the call. Shit, there's no direction from the start of the call. So we're not here to just make friends, guys. If you're here to just make a friend on a sales call, then swipe right. Get off the sales call and swipe right. Like, that's not why they're on the sales call. They're looking for a friend in business that they can trust and pay money to make more money back. So remember that. Hope this was helpful, guys, and I will catch you on the next live. If it was helpful, drop a #fire down below, and I'll catch you on the next one.